man, instead of downing this man, talking about what draft pick he went. That man got drafted. He about to get paid. He was already paid before. So
Beanz, we didn't think you was coming. This Beanz, we met on the Kelly's podcast. You already met Enzo. The other
What's going
guys
on, man?
in the man cave is Vulgar, and you met Slim here tonight, and this easy.
Yeah, I literally just checked my phone and I saw it. I was like, oh snap. I literally just checked. I'm still live right now. I've been in my show for 6.5 hours. I was just telling them, like, man, y'all done hit me up here for 6.5 hours. I'm finna get ready to get off of hand. And I checked my phone. I saw the email. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, man. So y'all only started 47 minutes ago. So y'all gonna be here for a little minute, right?
Nah, we usually keep it short, but if Gray and everybody else want to go a little longer, I can add a couple more.
How you feel about?
I'm trying to keep it an hour, man. I'm trying to watch the NBA playoffs soon.
Oh, so that's about 13 more minutes.
When the game start.
Yeah, how you feel about the Shakur Sanders situation?
I mean, honestly, I'm not sure because I've been fake listening to people talk about it, and I don't necessarily know who to believe, man, at this point. The stuff I was hearing, what's that boy's name? Stephen A. Smith saying earlier today, and then like he was kind of like putting the blame on Dion and saying that, oh, they trying to send a message to Dion through their son. Then there was other people saying that, oh, well, no, it was Shadua himself and the way that he was talking and this and that. I really don't know. All I know is that once again, it's happening to somebody black. You know what I'm saying? Like, so whatever game they playing it with somebody black. You know, whatever excuses they use. Oh, he was saying he didn't want to play for this team or that team. Man, it's 2025. I thought we were supposed to be telling the truth and shaming the devil at this point. I thought it was all about keeping it real and all this and that. I wouldn't want to play for them other teams neither. Remember when the boy, what's the boy from the Broncos in the 80s?
Broncos.
Yeah, he the quarterback for the Broncos. It's not Troy
Elway.
John Elway.
Yeah.
He told one of them teams, if you draft me, I'm going to play baseball. I'm telling you now, don't draft me. If you draft me, I'm going to play baseball. Right? So I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, if Shadua did say, man, I don't want to play for this team, I'll play for that team, so what?
Nah, that means something though. Beggars can't be choosers.
Beggars?
If you in the draft, you a beggar. You're asking to be a part of the league. Right?
Okay, no. I don't think that's how that works, right?
That's exactly how that works.
Not in my opinion, right? Not when you're the number 2 ranked quarterback in the draft. That's not begging, right? Begging is when you know you ain't going to get drafted, right? And you end up being a free agent and you luckily get called up to a team because they may have a need or something like that. But even then, I wouldn't call it begging. These people have put in work to put themselves in a position to be visible to get jobs.
No, I get that. But what I'm saying is you're one person. The NFL is going to go on.
Absolutely.
Like they got other picks. So what I'm saying is Shadua probably should be a little more humble. I could play the last video of him basically telling you think if you go on a job interview telling that job how to run their company or what they're going to do, that they're going to hire you?
Maybe not. But what I'm saying is money. If the bottom line is enough of an influence for you to put people in chains and beat them, right? I think you could be okay with somebody talking crazy. Like that can't be
the chain got to do with this.
That can't be the reason why you're gonna say forget the bottom line. Right? Forget all the jerseys I'm gonna sell and all the tickets I'm gonna sell and maybe even all the games I might win because this dude talking crazy. When you didn't even allow treating people who humanely, right, to affect your bottom line. I'm just saying. Let these kids say he can say whatever he want to say. I don't care what he say.
Yeah, I got agree with Beanz, man. Like, I don't think it's begging because look at all the merchandise that they're gonna make off his name.
I'm not saying it's begging, but you're looking for the opportunity. You're literally sitting there
They're
waiting.
gonna make
for
a lot of money off his name, bro.
You're waiting
a lot
for a
of money.
team to
All them
call
jerseys
you.
right now, his jersey is the third most sold jersey right now after this draft has been over.
Okay, and they can find other people. You got one shot.
Not with
As a
that
matter
guy.
of fact, what's the percentage of players from college that get into the
You
NFL?
can't duplicate someone with that charisma and that talent, though.
Super low. It's super low.
That's what I'm saying.
And the average career is only like 3 years, I think. Average 3 to 5 years, something like that. But he's also a Sanders, right? Like that's just not easily replaceable. You could, people can say what they want to say, but his name is Sanders.
I mean, but y'all really, I don't really think he's gonna go and be that good of a quarterback. Maybe I'm wrong.
Probably won't.
But
he probably won't. But what I'm saying,
even some of the games when they play some of the big teams, they took huge losses. And you got to count that in too. It wasn't like you were just killing the game in college and now you talking all this shit and then don't think these teams are going because you're dealing with 100 players, if not more. You can't just have somebody with that type of head that you can't control.
I could dig it, but bro, this is this is what I mean. This is why
I'm only saying it because like we got to stop saying racism. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
like there's more here.
Yeah, it's not racism. I think it's white supremacy. It's not racism. But
what is white supremacy?
Well, I'll get to that in a second. But hold on, because I want to make sure I respond to this. But the thing is, what I'm saying is this, bro. Look at all of the quarterbacks that come into the league and don't pan out. Yeah. And watch this. And don't sell no jerseys. Don't sell no tickets. Don't get no people in the stands, right? So he gonna come in on a rookie deal. I'm gonna give him a little bit of money. He gonna make me all that money back plus some, right? And even if he don't pan out, I still ate off of him. Yeah,
but I'm saying the selling of the jerseys is not even the main goal. The main goal is to win a Super Bowl.
Bro, you see.
So I mean, we can't focus. Okay, yeah, he might sell some jerseys, but is he gonna get me to a Super Bowl?
So I see what this is.
Out of everything,
I see what this is with you already. You trying to make it to ESPN. So you want to sit up here and give.
What's the goal of going to the NFL? To go play a few seasons and never. I guess Deion Sanders didn't win no championship, did he?
Wait, watch this. Yes, Deion Sanders has 3 of them.
There's more aspects.
But wait a minute. Here's what I'm saying. Here's the problem with this, right?
Layers.
I ain't gonna pretend like I could run it off for the NFL like I could for the NBA. But bro, it'd be the same 6 teams winning Super Bowls and NBA championships. Like it's not like every team gets a chance. So no, go into the league.
But that's because they do what they're supposed to do to win.
Yeah, because they
do what they're supposed to do to win.
But they don't. That's the point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Look at this. In the 80s, the Lakers or the Celtics made it to every finals every year.
They were the better teams.
They the better team.
Yeah.
Bro, are you checkmating yourself?
Y'all think everything WWE?
Podcast. So do you understand what I'm saying? In the 90s, the Bulls won 6. Houston
they were
talented. They had the best players.
So you understand what I'm saying?
Because they did the right things to get those players.
And obviously, 32 teams don't think. Well, 31 teams don't think that Shedeur could do it.
But wait, listen to what I'm saying.
And the raggediest team think he can. So that's probably why they the raggediest team.
In real, true life, what I'm saying is the goal ain't to win a Super Bowl. The goal is to
that's the only goal.
It's not.
That's the only goal
Dallas
in the NFL is the Super Bowl.
95.
Do what?
Dallas ain't won the Super Bowl since 95.
So you think they just go play for recreation?
They
like
go
they at the YMCA. Huh?
The team is not a $10.
It's just the Boys and Girls Club. We just gonna come here and practice.
I'm a Yankees fan.
Keep our health
agree with that statement. I'm a Yankees fan. We expect the championship every single year.
however many billions of dollars it's worth. It's not worth that because they win Super Bowls. They ain't won one in 30 since 95. That's what, 30 years.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is when you're drafting players, your goal is to get a player that's going to get you the championship. Because if you're talking money, you're going to get way more money. I've seen it happen here in KC. When the Chiefs sucked, the money was whack. Now that the Chiefs have won 3 Super Bowls, man, you got to cut off a leg to get a ticket out here.
Absolutely, but if you take away those other pieces, Kansas City ain't winning either. Even with Patrick Mahomes there, that's what I'm saying. They say that the football is the ultimate team sport. So it's not just the one piece; it's all the other pieces too. You gotta have.
But guess what? You
gotta have defensive players. You gotta have the right coaches. Right.
I get that, but Patrick Mahomes has a say, just like Tom Brady. Like, you got to come with more than just skill. Tom Brady knew how to pick his wide receivers and players. He had a lot of say. LeBron James the same way, even in basketball.
They knew how to cheat. That's right. And they also knew how to cheat. They knew how to film your practices and get your signs down and know what the hell you're doing.
Where's your evidence of them cheating? The only people we know that was Deflategate, the Houston Astros knocking on trash cans.
Oh, don't even talk to me about it. I'm still mad about that.
I'm just
saying. Bro, I'm still mad about that shit.
What proof you have of the Chiefs cheating? And don't
Chiefs,
say
I don't have no proof of the Chiefs.
Or the Patriots. That's what I'm saying.
I don't have no.
But the bottom line is, you got to show something that you can get to the Super Bowl. It's not racism. That's all I'm saying. And explain this white supremacy thing to me.
Oh yeah, because what's that boy name from Pittsburgh who was out there taking coochie from women?
Pittsburgh.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Absolutely.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Why he didn't slide?
What you mean?
He was on a yacht. He was on a yacht taking yams, bro.
Right, multiple times.
But it's black players too. Even got that. The black, what was it? Tyreek and a bunch of them. Even Kareem Hunt came back after kicking the white woman.
Talked about it. They don't even talk about Ben Roethlisberger. When it's those brothers and they talk about those brothers, everybody went in there. They be like, yeah, such. Now, remember back in this time when he had that case, but we moved past that. Well, if you move past it, why are you bringing it up? With Ben Roethlisberger, they don't even mention it at all, ever.
Right? I don't know. So, I got to know more about that situation, but I'm just saying he ain't the only one.
Anytime these black dads come around and these kids got strong black dads and black figures, it's always a problem. They did the same thing with them boys with the big baller brand in the NBA. They did the same thing with that guy, the father of the Venus, the Williams sisters in tennis.
Well, it's not the strong black father.
Like a Lewis daddy.
Just think if you had a team, you're not gonna want the father coming up on your team trying to tell you what to do as a coach. You're gonna want that father to chill out. You could be strong and be distant.
Probably not. But you know what I would have did if I had a team? Drafted Shador. I don't give a damn what number it was. I'd have drafted Shador. Let me get these jerseys going. And the better the team, the more jerseys they would have sold. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because the expectation would have really been high for him to been good, just because he was on a better team.
Let's go to the main topic.
All right.
You go love to hear what Beanz got to say.
The main topic? What's the main topic?
You better pull it up. Trump.
The Trump administration has announced we will put an end to Joe Biden's illegal student loan bailout attempts. No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion, but fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment. This is unsustainable, unfair, and a huge liability for American taxpayers. Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others. So why should Americans who didn't go to college or went to college and responsibly paid back their loans pay for the student loans of other Americans?
All right, and I got one more before we start.
We will all file bankruptcy and we will all go back to school. You're not getting a dime from us. What? I have 3 degrees. I'll go get another one. I'm a black woman. Black women are the most educated populace on this planet. We go to bed, wake up, and decide, okay, we're bored. Let's go get another degree. Are you kidding me? I will take 2 to 3 credits per semester, per year, until the next administration gets here and figures this all out. You're not getting a dime from me, Donald Trump. Because see, what you don't understand, while you are trying to crush the middle class and destroy the lower class, we're thinking 10 steps ahead of you. You've been wanting that degree, go get it now. If you've been wanting that 2nd or 3rd degree, go sign up now. Sign up part-time. Get those credits. Stay in school as long as you need to wait out this administration. May 5th, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Trust me.
Man, black women might be the most educated, but they're about to be the most garnished now. Who want to go?
Beanz, you the guest, you go.
Well, I didn't hear the first part of the first video. Did she say they about to start coming after people or something?
Yeah, start May 5th. If you defaulted on your loans before the pandemic, they're just going to resume right there. So if you're already in default, they're going to start collections. So it won't be like a garnishment right off, but they're going to start being aggressive towards you.
Garnishment.
So you want my opinion on that or the black chick?
All of it.
Oh yeah, well that's some sucker shit. I think schools should be free in America. Nobody shouldn't have to pay for none of those loans that we take out. Especially black people shouldn't have to pay for those loans. But at the same time, she sounds crazy talking like that, to be honest with you. It's not going to benefit you to be talking like that. And at the same time, I thought we was past this whole degree shit. Y'all going to get these degrees, and then I think more than 60% of people don't even have jobs in the career fields of their degrees. So it's a waste of time, actually.
Yeah.
But I do know how they use them sometimes. Like to that point, like I need a $10,000 raise, they go get another degree. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it's time we move past that and found another way.
But the thing, and it's like to me, it's a selfish move. Mm-hmm. The student loan debt is 1.6 trillion, where was it $36 trillion deficit? And then instead of saying, hey, let me help my country, now it's like, you know what, let me go pull out more money. Let me go use more taxpayer money to evade. It's like a whole selfish move. You're taking down the country just to avoid paying what you signed. But who want to go next?
Enzo, you want to go?
So, I mean, I'm happy as shit what the Trump administration is doing with it. You took out a loan, you signed a legal binding contract to say that you're going to pay this back. If that's the case, no one's going to pay this shit back. I want debt forgiveness for my car payment, for my rent, for my phone bill, for everything that I signed a contract for, if that's how it's going to go. Regardless if schooling should be free or not, that's a discussion for another thing. How she's talking is absolutely crazy to me, because probably the same crowd that says, well, Trump's a horrible businessman because he's got 6 bankruptcies, and you're saying you're going to go bankrupt just so you don't have to pay a student loan back. Okay, pretty hypocritical in my eyes. I don't know. This whole argument, just stop being financially illiterate. Pay back your student loan. Stop waiting for the government to forgive you, because, I mean, there's plenty of people out there from different generations that busted their ass working 4, 5, 6 jobs just to go through law school, working at Domino's for fucking $2 an hour, and they have law degrees and they paid everything back. Why should somebody who's not even using their degree, probably still living with their parents, doesn't pay a bill in their life, have to get their debts forgiven? It's so stupid to me.
Well, that's crazy. Right? Because if they still live with their parents and they don't pay any bills, then that means they don't have no money. right? So, but if we talking about the people who actually have some money, you're talking about the people whose degrees actually benefited them and they can afford to pay it back, then that would be a stronger argument. But
I mean, probably those same people that are living with their parents are paying for everything from themselves, and they have probably money from their parents. That's why I'm saying that, because I've seen it firsthand. And those are the same type of people that will do that type of shit.
That's probably 2% of them. I think that's kind of irrelevant. But I do want to ask you this question. Sure. So, do you feel the same way about reparations?
I mean, yeah, wholeheartedly, honestly, because I mean, if that's the case, where's my reparations? My family was enslaved to build the railroads in the United States. My Italian side, Irish side of the family.
But you're making
I've looked this shit up.
You realize that?
What?
You said what?
You're making an argument for reparations right now. You know?
No, I'm just saying, like, yeah, like I'm all in favor. If this the case is for everybody that was affected by slavery, sure. Irish people are included in that too, but every time I bring that up, it's a sour conversation because it wasn't 400 years of slavery and everything like that. And honestly, no, I don't think reparations should be paid wholeheartedly because
no. That's why I asked you that, because I knew.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I don't think so because I'm not, like I said, my Irish side of the family. What?
No, absolutely. Listen, if you feel like Irish would owe something, I'm not gonna gaslight you about it.
No, I know.
So that the statement that when you say that you don't think that reparations should be paid wholeheartedly, that makes you a hypocrite, right? Because what you just said.
No, I'm saying I could play both sides of the argument. I could say yes, reparations, or I could say yeah. Well, if there's going to be reparations for everybody that's been affected by slavery, then Irish people need to be included in that too. But my hardcore stance is no.
But you said right. Your final stance is no to reparations, right? And so that's what I'm saying. If you just made an argument that if these people signed a contract or made an agreement to pay something, that they should pay it. That's the argument that you just made for people paying off their student loans. And that's paying that back to the government. And yet you don't think the government should pay what it agreed to pay.
When did they agree? Where was the federal paper that says reparations should be paid?
Go ahead, Easy. I ain't doing that with you.
I'm being dead serious.
No, you're not. I ain't doing that.
I'm being dead serious because I know about certain states that signed like Absolutely. California. Yo, California paid that all day long, but I've never seen anything from the federal government.
No, you got it.
I'm being dead serious. I'm not even fucking around. I'm being dead serious, bro.
I think a lot of people missed the wave, and they're mad right now because they was told that they were going to be forgiven for these loans, and now they're upset because they're saying no, we're not going to do it because policies has changed. But that's not their fault though. If a policy change, a policy change. So
you think that should be like a suit then, right?
No, that is
no. What I'm saying is, if Biden promised it, pushed it through, then the people with student loans should team up and take it to the Supreme Court to say, "Hey, you said you were going to let me out of this contract." I'm just saying what you're saying, Easy.
Because Biden is no longer in office, so I can't.
I get that, but it's just like I'm going through an issue now in my apartment, and they basically said we'll let you out of the lease. So it's like they can't go back on their word. They literally sent me a letter saying, "Hey, because of what went on, we're going to let you out of the lease because we end up having to move." They can't come back now and say I won't May's rent. They already said they're done. So what I'm saying is that would almost what you just said. It just hit me that would almost be a case if the people came together and say, "Hey, Biden promised us this. We should get it." But
I think it's messed up.
But yeah,
I think it's messed up. These people missed the wave, man. They forgot their surfboard, but it's all. But they got to do what they got to do, bro.
Listen, I think if we want to be realistic about it, you could say, like, because when they say, "Oh, the money, the money doesn't just get wiped away," and this and that and blah, just look at all the money they be throwing at these immigrants. Look at all the money that they throw at other countries. They got money, bro. Like
but that's why your eggs are $11.
I don't care.
So you can't say that. It causes
inflation. I would rather my eggs be $11 because.
But what I'm saying, when you print money just to get if you forgive student loans, you have to print money. That's essentially printing money. It devalues the dollar. Yes, if you were to forgive all that, 1.6 trillion, it's going to cause inflation because money doesn't have the power it used to. That's why Trump is going after it, because if he can recover that money, it's going to bring prices down. Okay, that's just how money works.
So listen to what I'm saying, because I think you think I don't know that. What I'm saying is I don't care.
That's fine.
If you're going to have inflation anyway, based on these other markers, I'll take it for that. Right? So like, I'm not one of these people who feel like I'm okay with you taking my taxes to fatten up the military, but if you taking my taxes to give people food stamps, I got a problem. I'm not one of those guys. I'd rather you be taking my money to give food stamps to people who need to eat than to be giving it to the military to go around the world and oppressing other poor people of color and taking their resources, right? And killing their leaders, right? So you see how your man put his head down, right? But then when I play a video and show you all the leaders that they have killed around the world and taking their resources.
Well, why is it got to be a thing of race, dude? Like, seriously.
But because it is.
That's my question. Because it's not. It's not.
Because it is. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do, sir. I'm going to ask you a question. When you don't answer it, we're going to move forward. Can you name the white country? Can you name the country of white people that America is oppressing or is controlling their resources? I'll wait.
Russia. We're sanctioning them right now, so we're controlling their resources.
Really?
Ukraine. Yes. Oh, North Korea too. We're sanctioning them. We're controlling their resources. Those are white. Those are predominantly white countries. Like that's them. White. That's white. Yeah. That's hold on. So a sanction is a restriction on their resources.
So what resources of theirs are we controlling?
What North Korea or Russia? I mean, pretty much everything. Who can they trade with? Because if the United States sanctions them, that's probably 130 plus nations are not going to trade with them.
I'm talking about boots on the ground.
We don't need to. We have economic force to do that. We don't need to put boots on the ground.
But see, this is what I'm saying. That's what I said. I said fattening up the military.
Yeah, but I mean, that's fine. You got to move the goalposts. You asked your direct question. Hold on. Your direct question was, what country are we controlling right now? That was your direct question. You didn't say anything about boots on the ground at first. You didn't say anything about boots on the ground at first. Like, no, in your original statement, you didn't. It's fine. It's fine.
Hold on. Beanz.
Okay.
Let me ask you something, Beanz.
Let me correct them real quick.
Go ahead.
My original statement that made you put your head down was, I would rather them take my money, tax me, to give food to the poor than to fatten up the military so that they can go around the world and oppress other people of color. That's what I said.
Okay, that's fine.
So you want
I answered your question directly. It's fine.
So you want to give your money to people who made bad choices versus having security, because you realize the military is our security. That as much as you might hate it, China right now just released, it's not that big of a deal. They're making it a big deal. They just released a hydrogen bomb that doesn't use nuclear fission to go off. So what I'm saying is China right now is killing it with technology. We have to keep investing in technology. I would rather put my money to defense versus giving somebody who made bad decisions money. We can give it to them for a little bit.
Do you not hear these
people, a career?
But do you not hear these people in defense saying it's time out for these fighter jets? It's time out for these helicopters. It's time out for this shit. That at this point we don't need to keep making man-operated shit in order to
maintain it.
And yet they keep spending billions and dollars on these same things that they keep.
You got to maintain it. You can't just let them sit and they rust. You got to maintain them.
Oh, okay.
You got to pay for safety.
Okay, so let me answer your question directly. To answer your question, yes, right? And I'm answering your question, yes, because while you saying because they made poor decisions, this is my problem with black conservatives right here, is because right now, the thing that people boast about America to try to say America is the best country in the world is because they try to sell this dream that you too can be a millionaire. What percentage of people in this country actually are wealthy? If you're not going to answer the question, you're not going to answer it.
What's it, 10%?
99% of the work.
I said wealthy. See, I didn't say got some percent. I said wealthy.
And it's based on decisions.
Yeah.
Just like you just said, education should be free. Guess what? K through 12 is free. So that means everybody pretty much had the same opportunity to start with.
It's not the same opportunity because your environment also matters, right? So
you got education, right? You don't even need college to be rich.
Education in a toxic environment does not mean that you're gonna have you have the same opportunity, right? So when
you're in America, you do have the same opportunity.
It's
some
not
of the wealthiest people started at the bottom in the trash
let me
can.
ask you a question, because I see y'all don't like questions. I'm gonna have to stop asking them, right? I asked you what percentage of people are wealthy.
I told you. I said 5 to 10%. And if you're talking about super wealthy, 1%.
10%, yeah.
Wealthy. 10% is 10% is what?
Over 100K a year, 6 figures and up.
It says
$100,000 a year is wealth.
It depends on what you do with it.
See,
that's subjective.
This is what I'm talking about. Y'all got to stop this. We all know if you make $100K a year, you really only bring it home somewhere between 72 and 77. It's not wealth, right? So that's what I'm saying.
It depends on what you do with it. That's subjective. There's a lot of people that can live off 100K.
Absolutely. I ain't saying you can't do it. I'm saying it's not wealth.
Yeah,
it's not.
But it's decisions. Because wealth comes, you add value. If you add value for millions of people, you're going to get more money. If you add value for a few people, you're going to get a little bit of money.
If you're adding wealth, if you're adding value for millions of people, you ain't making only $100,000 a year. And that's the point. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying, it's all boils down to a decision, right?
How you invest your money too.
So let's stay right there. See, that's the point I'm trying to get
investment,
right?
Yeah.
You when we say that, we make it seem like everybody's supposed to be millionaires if not for their decisions.
That's the only thing it boils down to, because you can only control
you.
That's the American dream. That's the American dream they try to sell us. That's the American dream.
He's red pill.
Yeah, I'm very red pill.
He's red pill.
Well, are you a conservative?
Yes.
That is. I just need to. Is. That's what I mean, and that's what I'm saying.
And guess what? I made all the bad. I made all the bad decisions. I'm on child support, 2 divorces. Guess what? I had to sit my ass down and come up with a plan and a map to get to where I'm getting to.
But wait, you was just explaining to people how money works, and now you acting like you understand how money works.
So I'm telling you how money works. I had to figure it out. I made a choice to figure it out. I made a choice to change what I was doing to become wealthy.
Absolutely. So let's say that it comes down to choices. What happens in this country right now if everybody start making better choices and everybody starts making 6 figures a year? What happens?
Then the competition gonna go up.
What else gonna go up?
I don't know. What answer?
Inflation is going to happen. Eggs are gonna be $40 a goddamn carton.
Okay, but the average person is making 30. So
adjust. It's what I'm trying to tell you. It's set up that way on purpose.
That's nature, though.
I'm trying to get you to realize.
You can't blame America. You can't blame black or white for that.
You can't blame America for that.
It's nature.
Hold on, real quick. Because we
have wealthy people, you gotta have broke people, right?
Right now,
that's just how nature works.
Hold on, because you trying to fast talk me. Right now we're not talking black or white. Right now, we're talking decisions, because you're trying to make it seem like the reason why most people in the country make average money is because of their decisions, instead of saying they make average money because the country is set up for people to make average money.
They chose to make average money. They chose to go get a W-2 job instead of taking a chance on. Most people don't want to take a chance on the business.
All right,
hard work and chance and how scary it is.
That's a true statement.
They made a choice not to take the chance. They was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be comfortable. I'm gonna get my W-2 check. I'm gonna live out. I'm gonna be comfortable. I don't even want to try to start an Amazon.
Sir, but wait a minute.
You had one person who was like, you know what? I'm gonna start an Amazon. I'm gonna start this YouTube that we talking on right now.
But sir, here's the point though. That used to be good enough. That's what I'm trying to get you to realize.
It's still good enough. What are you talking about?
All right, guys, hold on. We're going to do final thoughts. We're going to bring you back, Beanz. We'll bring you back. Easy, what's your final thought?
Hey, this is some lazy podcast. Y'all got to go 5 hours, baby.
Easy, go ahead.
Yo, this is a good show, Beanz. Yo, you good people, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Same to you.
Yo, bro, man, this show is so hilarious, man. I love it, bro. Let's keep it going.
All right. Enzo, what's your final thoughts?
So it's always a good show on the Man Cave. It's always unhinged. I love it. We got some good topics tonight. I mean, think about Shador. I'm gonna keep it. He's overrated as is, and that's where I'm gonna keep that at. The whole thing with student loans, I'm just happy with the direction that the Trump administration is going, and they can keep doing what they're doing, and I'm gonna be happy about it. That's all I gotta say.
For sure. Beanz, we definitely glad you came on. Shout out your socials and everything. Vogel asked for a fight, so I had to bring you on here.
Yeah, man. Listen, I just changed the name of my YouTube channel to Nation Business. But if you look up Beanz Lil Podcast, it'll come up. You can follow me on there. I really don't. I got the other socials, but I really don't be on there. It's a waste of time. Unless you're trying to hit me up on Instagram and holler at me, that's about the only thing DMing me. But yeah, Beanz Lil Podcast on YouTube. And real quick, my final statement is this: in 1930, the average yearly salary was like $1,730. The average rent was like $27 a month, which equates to 18% of your income. Today, it's 36% of your income. We did the math on my show. If everybody starts averaging 6 figures right now, your rent will be 56% of your income. We got to stop telling people that making more money is the answer, because it's not.
For sure. First off, I want to thank Beanz for showing up. Thank you to the Man Cave cast. Y'all look behind me now. I got a Man Cave poster back there. Like, share, comment.
Yeah.
We got a Man Cave every Monday and Wednesday. We got a new party every Tuesday and Thursday. We'll actually be interviewing a politician, Bernard Taylor. He's running in South Florida. They'll be on Thursday. Beanz, we got to bring you back. Slim was the other cast member who you was going at on Kelly's show, but he didn't show up tonight. So Vogel was looking for, to get in the ring with somebody, but Beanz say he don't like either Democrats or Republicans though.
Man, Shadur, bring it down a few levels, man. Humble yourself, open up to criticism, open up to learn. You got a good. I don't think you. Hopefully, you do something with the Browns. I know they'll go against my Chiefs, but I would love to see you get in there and change up the Chiefs. A lot of these most educated women, they about to feel like we feel paying child support out here once the wages get garnished. And hey, Beanz, education shouldn't be free, man. I'm gonna tell you that. If we start making college free, it's gonna be 13th grade, 14th grade, 15th grade. It's not gonna be respected. You pay for what you get, man. Let's keep it at K through 12. And that's about it for me. Man Cave, let's get it.
For sure. All right, fellas, I'm gonna play the outro.
Introducing the new party. We live stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.